Economics, and Applied Monetary Economics. Dr. Richard has been conducting courses in the areas of human resource skills development for corporations, societies, NGOs, government bodies, and agencies for over 20 years. Dr. Richard's written articles are regularly featured in the Borneo Post and Daily Express. Dr. Richard is a member of Toastmasters International and has been twice awarded the Distinguished Toastmasters Award, which is the highest award offered by Toastmasters International. Toastmasters International is a communication and leadership skills organization based in Colorado, USA. Dr. Richard has won many speech contests at local and international levels. He was District Governor for District 87, which covers Toastmasters clubs in Indonesia, East Malaysia, and Brunei. Everyone, give a round of applause to Dr. Richard and Dr. Richard.
Thank you, Mr. Hafiz. How is everybody doing? Good. How good are you doing?
Not that good.
Not that good? Because it is raining heavily.
Raining and flooding.
So how are you affected by the flood? Bit. Alright, so thank you for the introduction, which I myself wrote. Anyway, out of mutual respect, we try not to use our headphones during the program unless it is absolutely necessary. So if indeed there is a need to use it, maybe we can excuse ourselves and answer your calls maybe in the dining area. Will that be fine for everybody?
Yes.
Right now, this is also adult learning. I'm not treating you like little children. We are all adults, but I want to make it a little bit fun. Okay, a little bit fun. So this is what's going to happen. I will ask questions once in a while, and if you are able, how many of you have heard this before? I ask you a question, and you are able to answer my question, you will get a gift. But the gift I have selected is called Cloud 9. How many of you have heard Cloud 9 before? Alright, Cloud 9, very good. So the Cloud 9 will be given to you. Why did I pick Cloud 9? Not because of the price of the chocolate, or the waffle, okay? Not the price. Because if you look at the waffle, you will be saying, "Adalah murah." Okay? Nothing to do with the price. It has a lot to do with the name of the chocolate. It's not waffle. It's called Cloud 9. How many of you know what Cloud 9 means? Just raise your hands. Right, very good. For those of you who don't know, if you are in an English-speaking country like Canada, the USA, Great Britain, New Zealand, Australia, and then you go into the middle of the street and you scream out, Cloud 9! Everybody will know what you're talking about. Right? Because Cloud 9 means you are in a state of happiness. Okay, state of happiness. Cloud 9, yeah? So if you're with your British friends in the future, when you have the opportunity to go abroad, you say, oh, I'm here, I feel like I'm on Cloud 9. Because Cloud 9 means you are in a state of happiness. Oh, by the way, Mr. Jonathan George today is my assistant for today. And he'll be taking some video as well because HRD Corp, whenever they want to renew your license, they want to see your video as well. Right? So you'll be taking just a little bit of video. So I hope you all don't mind. Right? Because this is a requirement by HRD Corp if you want to renew your license with them. So anyway, Jonathan here will be one of your role players. Yeah. Right? Towards the end of this program, there will be a role play on negotiation. Right? So we'll see actual negotiation. Because what you are going to experience later is actual negotiation, not just on paper, but actual fact. Okay, so he will be a role player in that negotiation process. Now I mentioned just now about Cloud 9. So this is the Cloud 9. Yes. Right. Very good. Very good. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to cut it to reveal the Cloud 9. This is now Cloud 9. So what is going to happen is I'll ask a question. if you are able to answer the question, you will get a cloud 9. Right? And in order to encourage more people to answer, if you give 5 wrong answers, you can also claim a cloud 9. So count the number of wrong answers you also have. Right? You give wrong answers, but count. Okay. After the 5th wrong answer, just raise your hand and say, I would like to claim a cloud 9. Right? But if you get the answer correct, immediately you get a cloud 9. Right? So 2 ways to earn a cloud 9. 1, answer, you get a cloud 9. Second, give 5 wrong answers and you get a cloud 9. And at the end of this program, everybody here will get a certificate. Right? We have prepared a certificate. It is the classic certificate, not those fancy ones with beautiful background. It will be very much more like the certificate you get from the university. Right? So those are not fancy ones. Okay, the fancy ones are all those with beautiful background. Those are the fancy ones which universities do not give out. Right? So you get a certificate now. If you have the most number of cloud 9s, by the end of the program, you will be declared the best participant. Right? So we'll count, you go to your table and count the cloud 9s you have. So you'll be the best participant, and instead of getting just 1 certificate, you'll get 2 certificates. 1 for completion and 1 for best participant. Ratified? Right. So therefore, try to answer as many questions as you can. Even if they are wrong answers, you still will be able to get something at the end. Right? Now what I'm going to share with you this today is successful negotiation skills. Now the material I'm going to share with you, they came from published sources. Okay? Published sources, which means they have been time tested, 1. And second, I will also be sharing with you my own experiences being in the sales line for more than 20 years. Now, if you want to determine whether or not you are a successful negotiator, you go into the sales line. And if you are able to succeed in the sales line, you can claim to be a successful negotiator, because if you are able to make people part with your money, give you their money, in a sense, you are already a successful negotiator. Right? So, but whatever I'm going to share with you can be used in everything you do. It doesn't mean only when it comes to money. It also can be used in, just like you want to watch a movie, but then you can have a negotiation as well, which movie to watch with your family. Right? So the skills can be used everywhere, although what I'm going to share with you will be more monetary based. Right? But like I said, if you want to be a successful negotiator, you must be able to make people part with your money. Okay, part with your money, that is a mark of a successful negotiator. Being able to make people part with your money, give you their money. Right? So that is the mark of a successful negotiator. Right? Right, this is what's going to happen first. Okay. Everybody, perhaps you can have a quick read. Very quickly. Okay, before that, if you really need to take down notes, you may, but if you just want to listen, that is also fine, because at the end, I will be giving you everything as well. Okay, this reading material, I will pass it to IDS, and IDS can pass it to you. But you might want to pick some pointers. You might want to just write down some pointers, because you might want to use those pointers during the role play. Okay, during the role play. Right? So you might want to just keep in mind some pointers which you can use during the role play. Will that be fine? Yeah. So don't worry too much about this, because I'll give you the course material at the end of the program. The negotiation entails fundamental personal skills. So personal means it belongs to you. That can be learned. So don't be saying, I'm not a good negotiator, I don't know about people and things. That is just an excuse. Can be learned. Okay, these skills can be learned. People say, oh, I'm an introvert, I don't know how to deal with people. That is also not an excuse, because even an introvert can be a successful negotiator, provided the introvert learns the They can be learned. The skills of negotiation are used regularly by people engaged in business or community activities, but often overlooked by the same people in the conduct of their daily lives. Apparently, you can also use it in your daily lives. Doesn't mean that it just needs to be used for business, right? You can also use it in your daily lives. So everyone needs to know how to negotiate. So if you want to succeed in your career, in everything you do, you must also know how to negotiate, because we deal with people. People cannot succeed by themselves. They have to succeed through people. And if you want to succeed through people, you must learn how to negotiate. Okay, you must learn how to negotiate. Now, this course presents concepts that can be applied in any situation where negotiation is the method by which issues are resolved. Those who master the skills of effective negotiation will save money. Save money because you are able to get discounts. You are able to get people to lower their prices and yet still get the same thing that you want. Save time, right? Save time and achieve a high degree of satisfaction. You will, at the end of a negotiation, you will feel very happy because you said you've done your best. You will not go through life saying to yourself, oh yeah, what might have been? If I only opened my mouth, if I only negotiated, what could have been? So you will never be in this situation, because at the end you'll be saying to yourself, I have done my best. This is my best. Yeah, you can honestly give that kind of response to yourself. You don't have to say, yeah, I should have negotiated. The price could have been lower. Now this house is 600,000, but my friend got it for 520,000. So you do not want to be in this situation. You want to be the person who got it at 520,000, not at 600,000. Right? So this is the skills that I'm going to share with you people today. The ability to negotiate, so that at the end you'll come up above the negotiation process, feeling very happy that you have done your very best. Alright, so the objectives of this program is to define negotiation opportunities and attitudes, to present the progression needed for negotiations to go smoothly, to provide negotiation strategies and tactics, and to practice negotiating using a case study. So that's what we are going to do towards the end of the program. We're actually going to learn how to negotiate, and then we'll see what happens. Otherwise, we just look at it as a kesian. Right, now before that, can you all please take out a piece of paper and answer this question? True, false, true, false, true, false, true, false only, yeah? I'm going to show you 20 statements, so you decide whether they are true, whether they are false. Right, so just answer true, false, true, false, true, false. Because I assume everybody can read. Alright. So just do your true, false for maybe 5 minutes. There's nothing to think. There's no need to think. Just whatever comes to your mind, just go true or false. Right, so there's just 10 here. Negotiating skills can be learned, but they require consistent practice. True or false. Good negotiators are willing to research and analyze issues carefully. True or false. Negotiating is one area in which patience is not a virtue. True or false. Right? And so on and so forth. So quickly, everybody. So were all of you in the communication and public speaking courses the other day? Everybody was in the program. Just one?
Just one.
And Mr. Hafi?
Semua. All of us.
All of you
Yeah.
were. So because you are in the high talent program.
Yeah.
By the way, I would like to ask, why do you spell program P-R-O-G-R-A-M? Because the method spelling you, we are British. Yeah, English they teach in Malaysian schools, British English, American English. This one is actually spelled in ME. Otherwise, the program will be pronounced program. Masih itu dalam bahasa Melayu. Oke, sudah siap? Belum lagi, siap. Saya buka. Sudah siap? Angkat tangan. Belum siap? Nyanyi lagu. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. Everybody must try to get at least one cloud 9 by the end of the program. Everybody, yeah? So if you don't have cloud 9 by the end, in order to get your certificate, you have to come forward and sing original Sabah. And of course, if there are few of you who do not get a cloud 9 by the end of the program, you come in and sing in the choir. Alright, done? 1 to 10? Anybody still wanting to look?
1 minute.
1 minute. Hey, hello, hi, Dr. Eileen. I just realized you are there. Right, done? Yes? Yes, alright. Now the next step. Right, lots of information in prior negotiation. Beg your pardon. Most of the negotiation between prior to a negotiation can be found by asking questions and doing some basic research. The more authority you have, the better when negotiating. The objectives of every negotiation should be well thought out. Negotiators should develop first techniques, conflict resolution. Done? Anybody wants extra time? Done. Right. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to check your answers to see whether you have all the correct answers. Right? Ready? Ready. Right. 1, 2, 3. So can you now? So this is IDS. Everybody in IDS is honest. They don't cheat. So I'm not going to ask you to exchange papers. You do your own corrections. Okay, you do your own corrections. But I will ask you what your score is going to be like. What your score is like. Alright, so these are the answers. So please count your corrects, your true and your false. Your true and your false. Count your number of troops.
Apa kata dia? Next question.
Ada, bahasa-bahasanya dulu. Nah, kan?
Right? What I meant to say was count the number of true troops. True troops means the true. When you mark it as true, the answer is true. So count that number, the true troops, not the true false, or not the false true. Count the number of true you have. Right? So like, for example, in number 1, you mark it as true, and the answer is true, then that is number 1. Okay. So if number 2, you put as true, and now it's true, that's 2. But if you put number 2 as true, and now it's false, you don't count.
Oh, bagus.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So this is like if you put true and this is true, it's 1. True, 1. True, false, you don't count. Only the true. So if you have this true, false, you don't count. True, false, you don't count. Only the true, yes. No, I only want the true. I only want the true. For now, only the true. Kira the true if you put down as true, and then the answer is true, that's 1. Right? But if you put down as true and it's false, you don't count. Okay, you have already counted the true truths.
Yes.
Now can you count the false false? False. Not the true false, not the false true, the false false. You mark it down as false and the answer is false. Alright, okay, everybody has done it? Alright, how many of you, who has, not how many, who has 14 true? Raise your hands. 14 true. Okay, 1, 2. 14 true. So 1, 2, who else? These 2 only?
14 above.
No, just 14. 14 true. There are only 14 true here. So if you have 14 true, then you have it. Right. So we have Fauzan there. Fauzan here. Mr. Fauzan. And you? 14 true. Alright. Who has 6 false? So if you have 14 true, then you must have you have 4 false. Okay, how many have 6 false? Okay, 5 false. 5. 2 people. Alright, very good. So these are the winners of the first true truths. We have the true truths. Tepuk tangan. Clap. And then how many false? 5, 6. Okay, clap your hands, please. So you don't have to worry about original Sabahan anymore. Alright, so very good. Those of you who got it right, you have done very well. And especially the 14 true, you can go back to your seat already upstairs. You don't have that kind of problem at home.
Mimi, go back. Okay, balik office.
Alright, very good. So those are. So since some of you still do not get the right ideas, it's good that you're going to do it. Right now, this is the big 5. First, before you enter into any negotiation, you must first check yourself for personality traits. Whether you have personality traits of a person who will succeed in a negotiation. So you must do a self-check first, whether you have personality traits that will ensure your success in a negotiation. Now this is called the Big Five. This is a theory which is already been proven. And for my PhD, I use this Big Five to determine the buying behavior of people. Right? I use this Big Five, the five-factor model, to determine the buying behavior of people. And my findings show that 25% of the time, people are influenced by your personality traits when they are negotiating with you. Which means that 25% of the time, it is you who will determine whether the negotiation fails or succeeds. So you must therefore pay attention to your personality traits. Right? Once again, this is the five-factor model. Dr. Gilling, if you did social studies, I think you would have come across this. But yours is in science, right?
No. In social science, I didn't take social science.
Yeah, you didn't do social science. So you know about it?
No.
Okay, alright. Because if you're a PhD candidate, usually you know about this if you're in social studies. Right, so this is the, like I said, this is the five-factor model. It has something to do with your personality. Right? And like I said, when I did my PhD study, I used this five-factor model in my study to determine the buying behavior of people. And according to the findings of my study, which findings show that people are influenced 25% by your personality traits whenever it comes to negotiations. Right? So people look at it and then there's a lot to do with whether or not you succeed as a negotiator or otherwise. So it is also known as the five-factor model. It is a widely recognized framework in psychology that describes human personality traits. These five broad dimensions encompass most of the variability in human personality and behavior. So we start off with the first one, the five. It's open to experience. Right? So this trait reflects the extent to which a person is open-minded, curious, imaginative, and willing to try new things. So people high in openness tend to be adventurous and creative. Those low in openness, they prefer routine and familiarity. So now, my question for Cloud9. How would you show this, right? How would you show this during the negotiation process, that you have this trait? You have this trait of openness to experience. How do you show it to the person you are negotiating with? Anybody? What would you say? What would you do? Okay. My question is, what would you say? Either you answer what you would say or what you would do when it comes to negotiation to show that you have this trait, openness to experience. Anybody like to try? Like for example, you are in a negotiation. It has already been proven that the Big Five will help you with your negotiation, right? So now the first trait is openness to experience. So when you are negotiating, how would you show this to the person you're negotiating with, that you have this openness to experience? What you say, what you do. You can either answer what you would say or what you would do. Anybody? Yes, yes. Asking him what do they do? All right, asking them what do they do. Anybody else? Okay, just ask it in a question.
What do you need?
What do you need?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. You don't come through this, and then you cannot show any sign that you are able to like. Right. If you do that, you are going to create feeling of negativity towards you, right? So the moment you come to the negotiation table, you must do this. Very calm, right? Not So, alright, so these are the 5 traits that you must display. Or, with respect to the last one, you try to mask. Or, be conscious about it. Make sure you don't want to show irritability. That is also the reason, if you are holding a microphone, right, and then you want to test the microphone, do not say testing 1, 2, 3, because that is going to create irritation in people. Just tap on the microphone a little bit, then you'll be able to determine whether the microphone is working or otherwise. And that is also the reason why people don't like it. If in front of them you are setting your laptop and your LCD, people are also don't like it, right? And then that can create irritability. They will not like it. So that's the reason if you are invited as a speaker, you come half an hour before the time to set up so that you will not set it up in front of the client, right? And when you have a laptop, right, to show to your client, you must be able to operate it efficiently. Not be looking for, sudah saya punya pen drive tadi itu.
Dr. Richard, is our facial expression fall under neuroticism?
Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
You must have this calm look. We cannot call it. Yeah, muka sedih, muka frowning, semua ini will have an effect on the negotiation process.
Kalau being good listeners?
Good listener, yes. Good listener, you must show that you're good. And then you must also be able to give feedback based on what he has said. Right? The statement you make just now, it is wonderful, but we try to avoid that in a negotiation. Say it this way, this is good, it can be better. You say. Don't say, this is good, but. The moment people hear but, they don't like. Okay, they will not like you for that. Alright, they would want to hear, this is good, it can be better. If you say, this is good, it can be better, then they will like it more. Then if you say, this is good, but, the moment they hear the word but, apa lagi? So, careful also in your choice of words. Right now, we move on to what is negotiation. Right, what is negotiation? So we go back to what we have first of all seen just now. Again, this is more in a more presentable manner. Again, it's a skill that can be learned. It is regularly used by people engaged in business or community activities. Overlooked by the same people in the conduct of their daily lives. You will save money, time, and achieve high satisfaction. Is used to resolve issues and to set aside the worry about what might have been. So if you negotiate, you don't have to think about it anymore. You say, oh, I could have done my best. You will not be thinking, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. Right? So we'll never be in that situation. Yes? Yeah, but we will cover that. Yes, we will cover that. Alright. Now I want to ask you some question. You can scribble your answers, and if your answers are close to the findings, alright, then you get a cloud mark. Okay, you answer these 3 questions. What does the word negotiation mean to you? Right, just scribble what it means to you. What prompts negotiation between companies, groups, and individuals? What make companies, groups, individuals negotiate? Why do they negotiate at all? Okay, how frequently do most people negotiate? Right, so answer this question, please. Right, what does the word negotiation mean to you? Answer. What prompts negotiation between companies, groups, or individuals? How frequently do most people negotiate? Okay. Right, so I finished one tag already, and I'm going to open the next tag. Right. Yes, sudah jawab. Very short answer, just do one line answer is okay. What does the word negotiation mean to you? What prompts negotiation between companies, groups, and individuals? And how frequently do most people negotiate? answers? Alright, so this is again IDS. Okay, we don't change our answers once we see the real answers. Okay. Nanti Jonathan and I will go back and say IDS lah pula. Right. Okay, so see whoever has the closest answer, just read it out to me. Alright, and then I will determine whether your answer is correct or otherwise. Right? Whoever has it. If you feel that the answer is very close to the answers given, just read it out. Okay, the first question is, what does the word negotiation mean to you? What prompts negotiation in companies, group or individuals? How frequently do you most negotiate? This is the answer. Attempting to influence another person through an exchange of ideas or subject material value is negotiating. Negotiating is a process used to satisfy your needs when someone else wants what you want. Anybody has this answer? Okay, can you read the answer? Yeah. Alright, oh, you did all the three. How about you, Mr. Fauzan?
First one, initiate the next outcome. And you is a moment initiate. Last one, making day.
Okay, who else want to have a go? Yes.
Number one, two people with differing interests. Number two, decision making. Number three, everything.
Alright. Based on needs. And the third one? Every day. Alright, so you get one because you answers there, Mr. Fauzan. You get one as well. And you get one, you also get one. And you also get one. Round of applause. Alright, so again, remember, you want to get as many cloud nines as you can. Yeah? Right, so okay, these are some of the reasons why you must engage your negotiation skill. You use negotiation skills, right? Sometimes you say, oh, we don't need negotiation, but you do. You do it most of the time. You actually be negotiating. You negotiate purchasing your clients at the store. Here maybe they said fixed price, right? Fixed price, but you can always go to another store in which you can actually negotiate the price. Right? Deciding with the family which movie to watch, getting a raise. How many of you have ever negotiated your pay? You have anybody negotiate? But of course, if you want to negotiate your pay, first of all, you must have the qualities and the experiences, right? Okay, this is my own story. I negotiated my pay one time, and I told them that if they did not increase my salary, I was going to resign. So what did they do? They said you can go home. No, I negotiated with them, and I got 50% increase in salary. Investment company, yes. So you can do that. You go to Dr. Ram and say, Dr. Ram. Dr. Ram said, right, selecting a contractor to build a new home, working out an effective date for an employee transfer, deciding on a date for the next meeting of external group, agreeing on realistic project deadlines, buying plants for your new rose garden, you can negotiate, deciding who gets to use the new car for the weekend, you can negotiate, agreeing on a change of work rules with the union, you can negotiate. So in a sense, everything can be negotiated. Yeah, everything can be negotiated. At the end of the day, you will end the day happy because you have succeeded in your negotiation. So what this is saying is anything can be negotiated. So don't just take it. Negotiate. If you negotiate, you'll be very happy. I recommend it. Right? I recommend just negotiate. Tawar-tawar. Okay, but attitude is, again, as I mentioned to you just now, attitude is also important when it comes to negotiation. So importance of attitude in negotiation, attitudes influence our objectives in objective control the way we negotiate. Right? The way in which we negotiate determines the outcome. Right? So, now, have you thought about your objectives when you negotiate? Some people, when they go into negotiation, they don't even have an objective, right? They don't know actually what they want, right? So before you go into any negotiation, you must first decide what you really want. But at the same time, you must be prepared to consider what the other party wants, right? Don't just go into a negotiation thinking that the other party does not need anything, right? Because they do need. And it is to your interest, your best interest, to know what they might want. Okay, they might want. Not just go in there thinking about your own needs. You don't want to think about the other party's needs, right? Because if you go into negotiation like this, you're only thinking about yourself. You don't think about what the other party needs. You're not going to succeed in negotiation. So before you enter negotiation, think about what you really want and what you can let go, right? What you really want. Of course, in a negotiation, we want everything, right? Everything we want. But you know also that in a negotiation, you cannot get everything what you want. You must look at a list of the things you want, things that you really want, and things that you can let go, right? So that is what you are thinking for yourself. When you're thinking about the other party, you must also be thinking that they have their own wants, they also have their own needs, right? Right. So that is what you'll be thinking, that you need to be thinking about whenever you go into a negotiation, right? And then you'll be thinking, can you, both of you win? Yes, you can win. If you do it right, both of you can win, both of you can each win. Now, just remember these two items whenever you negotiate, right? So remember just two items. So when we are negotiating later on also, just need to think about these two items. One, so yeah, the wants and needs. Just look at it this way. People who cannot differentiate between wants and needs, they are the people with a lot of things in their closets. Di rumah pun penuh, dia punya almari pun penuh, mereka sudah pun penuh, semualah penuh. Because they do not know how to differentiate between wants and needs. Dia punya dapur pun penuh because they have all kinds of microwave ovens. They have their browning one, they have their thawing one, so they have all these things. So that's why their houses are all cluttered with things because they don't know the difference between wants and needs. So it's the same thing with negotiating. If you cannot know the difference between wants and needs, you will not succeed in negotiating. You must be able to determine what are your wants and what are your needs, right? Before you go into negotiation. The same thing, you must also be thinking about the other person. What you think their wants are, what you think their needs are. Okay? If you are able to look at it this way, the negotiation process will be smoother for you. Okay? It will be smoother for you. Right, attitude. What is attitude? Attitude can be defined as a psychological tendency expressed by evaluating a particular entity with some degree of favor or disfavor. It involves a combination of beliefs, feelings, and behaviors directed towards the object, people, or event. So that is your attitude about the whole thing. Okay, that is your attitude about the whole thing. So it is a psychological tendency. It's something that is in you. It's something that is in you. So because you are the only person who can control it, you are the only person who can change it. Right? You are the only person who can change your attitude towards something. So people cannot change your attitude. You must be the one to change it yourself. Right? So you cannot go and say, let people force you into something. You must imagine it yourself. Think about how your attitude will be able to help you in a negotiation process. Right? So you try to attune your attitude towards the negotiation process. Right? Don't just come as you are in a sense. If you are already built with an attitude to negotiate, fine. But if you are employed and then you are required to go for a negotiation, but your attitude is such that you are not suitable for negotiation, you must make some changes to your attitude to be able to handle the negotiation process. Be able to handle the negotiation, otherwise you will not succeed. And to succeed in your career, you must have negotiation skills. Right? It is normally not possible to get something for nothing. So you must also understand the fact that you cannot get something for nothing, free. Right? There's no such thing. Right? Because nothing in this world is free. There always seems to be a cost, possession that must be made to receive what you want. So if you want something, you must be willing to give something back. Right? So you are not going to be a good negotiator if you go in thinking that you are not going to give anything in return. That will never work. Okay? You are going to go into a negotiation with the thinking that you will get, but you must also give. Right? You get, but you must also give. So the word compromise means making and or receiving concessions. So you give, take. We start off with the first formula, the give-get. Right? The give-get. So remember the give-get. Yeah? So both parties are willing to give something in order to get what they want and enter that negotiation that you have in mind. So whenever you go into negotiation, you must have this. Okay, I'll give. I'll give, but I will get something back. Right? So, or I will give with the thinking that I'll get something back. So I cannot, for example, get, but I don't want to give. Right? So go into this kind of this give-get, give. You are the one who must give first before you expect something in return. You cannot get and then give. Right? The thinking is you are willing to give. You're thinking that you will get. Right? But you don't expect to go in and get first before you give. Right? You give first. You must tell what you are willing to give first so that you get what you want. So both parties are willing to give something in order to get what they want and enter that negotiation with that plan in mind. How much and when they compromise are the details that we work out, and this will lead to the potential for success is higher. It's very hard. Okay, but if you go into the second one, you want to get first before you give, you're not going to succeed, right? Because it says here, if the getter waits too long to reciprocate, right, the giver might invoke concession rate, which will result in a stalemate. So if you, for example, get, okay, you don't want to reciprocate, you just want to get, you don't want to reciprocate. In the end, the giver will just give up, and then you are not going to get anything. Right? So don't go into a negotiation with the thinking of get. Go into a negotiation with give. Then give, then get. Not get, then give. Right? Negotiation. Okay, go ahead. You sit here, please. Okay, Mr. Georgian is Mr. Bibi. Let's listen to how they negotiate the price. Use the microphone.
Starting the negotiation.
whoever wants to get a better deal will be the one to start the negotiation.
So who will be Barney?
You're Barney and Mr. Jonathan is Billy. So you are trying to, I'm not going to tell you the story, but there's something must come out of your negotiation. That is what I'm going to just say. Something must come out of your negotiation. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so hello, Mr. Barney. So I had a look at your car. Very beautiful, very nice. I love it. I would like to buy it for my lovely daughter. She's very precious to me. So I really want your car. However, due to budget restraint, I hope you can understand my situation and give this car or sell it to my daughter with a very nice price. So I already went around, I did my research. I found out that in the market, averagely the car is being sold about 5,000 ringgit. So I'm asking if you can sell it to me at this price range. Is that okay with you? 5,000. This is what I saw on the internet online.
Hello, Mr. Billy. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to sell my car because there's a car I'm interested right now. However, the price is a little bit high than my expectation. So, because my car is still in a good condition, I'm taking care of it, and I have a new rim, and to be additional advantageous, I have put a new stereo inside my current vehicle. So it will be I will be delightful if you can mark up the price a little bit.
Okay, I understand, Mr. Barney, that you'd like to get a little bit more for me to best my offer. However, as I already went through all the market, what's being shared on the market, the average price is about 5,000. And then you don't really have to do any repairs. All the servicing will be done by me, so you don't have to do that. I'm going to do that, settle that by myself. And based on my observation of the car, I think it would require a new rim change. So I also need to save up some money for that rim. So I hope that you can understand my situation. I really love your car. I really wanted to get it for my daughter. So I hope that we can stick with 5,000. Otherwise, I might have to bring my business somewhere else.
Okay. Regarding your request, is it okay because before this I have the idea of selling my new stereo since it will get a higher price. However, is it good if I sell to you directly the spot ring, including the stereo, the new stereo, since it's still in a good condition? And if you want to buy the spot ring separately, for example, the new one, it will cost higher. So, including the new rim and the current expenditure that incur on the broken parts, then I think it's a good deal for you.
Okay, so how much are you offering me, Mr. Billy? Barney, sorry. How much are we talking about? How much is this good deal?
Actually, if include the rim and also the new stereo that I buy from overseas, it will it will cost around 6,200.
Oh, Okay, that's quite a lot. It's over my budget. How about it's like this? I actually have that 5,000 with me right now. So if we strike the deal today, right now, you don't have to think much. We can just get this done. I give you the 5,000, and then both of us will be happy. How does that sound?
Actually, I think the part on getting a new car with a good condition for right now is difficult because you need to find the affordable one, right? So basically, if you buy my car, how about I give you around 5,200?
Okay, I'm happy with that deal. 5,200.
Without the stereo. Since your daughter is only like about the ring part, right? So I can take out my new stereo and put the original one inside. Okay?
Okay, that sounds like a good deal.
Okay.
All right.
It's great to sell my car to a person that I know. So actually, the condition will always be in good condition.
Yeah, because if there's any problem with the car, it's really easy for me to look for you, you know.
Yeah, of course. And if I want to buy my car back, I can see you again. Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay.
Best deal.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about car.
Okay, no time yet, Mr. Jonathan, you have
So he is Barney.
I'm ready.
Okay, Barney.
So, hi, Bunny. It's good to see you.
before that, yeah? We're only looking at the performance of IDS, not him.
Yeah.
But of course, he's the one that will create the scene for you. How well you,
Try my best to go around this.
because Mr. Jonathan is a negotiator already.
Yeah. So, hi, Bunny. Nice to see you again.
Yes. So what do we have?
So, I'm actually interested in your car, and actually for my daughter, she's having a graduation in the next 3 months, so I believe she will be in a car. And are you interested in selling a car, Aziz?
Oh, yes. I think you've heard that I am currently looking for a new buyer for my car.
Yes. Then I would like to ask if may I ask first, how much are you actually looking to?
Okay, so the other day I went to this one dealership. They were offering me 6,500. So if you can match that price, then probably I will give it to you. Because since we are friends, I really want to give this car to you. But as long as you are able to match that price, then it's yours.
Right. But the thing is, I've actually did some market research as well on the price range. That I found out that your price range about 6.2, right? It sounds a bit high. So what I found out is it's about 4,800 to 6,000. So I think I'm willing to go down maybe to about 4,008. As low as it is from the range. Looking at because how long have you been driving your car?
I think it's been about a few years already, but still in good condition. Yeah, so I still value it. It has a lot of sentimental value to it. That's why I already made some. I bought new stereo speakers into it. I need to say that I was planning to keep this car, but of course, things change. So right now I'm letting it go. I understand you did some market research, but since we are friends, probably I can do something good for you. I'll give you a discount. Instead of 6,500. How about 6,000? How does that sound to you?
I mentioned 6,002 just now. Not
6,500 at the beginning.
So if you minus that, it will go down as low as 5,005, right? So,
No, so right now I'm offering you 6,000. So,
6,000.
Yes.
So, I'm actually, as I mentioned just now, I can only afford about 5,000 to 5,005 because seeing the condition of the car, noticed some little bit of dent on the fender there, and actually a bit tight in my spending because I'm saving a little bit for I think new sport rim as my daughter would love to buy, two pairs of sport rim for the car. So how about somewhere around 5,002 maybe?
5,002. Okay. How about this? You add just a little bit. You add additional 300 to it, and then we'll have a deal. 5,500.
Does it come with the sport rim and stereo?
Yes, with everything.
So I think I'll agree to that. That
Okay.
would be a perfect price for it.
Alright, so now we can just start banking in the money to me right now, and then the car is yours. Yeah, but it must be within 24 hours, otherwise it's going to be a different price.
No worries. You trust me.
Yes,
I
yes.
spoke to you this, so good. It's all good.
Okay, alright. Nice doing business with you.
So it means I got the car for 5,005.
Yeah.
Thank you to both of the. Right, before
You in quite some time.
Yes, we've been friends for 10 years, but
We haven't hang out even in this past month.
So, what brings us meeting here today?
So, I heard that you are going to sell your car. And my precious daughter is graduating soon. And she needs a car to go to work. But before that, may I know why are you selling your car?
I'm actually interested in buying a new car, which I've seen in the workshop. Somehow I want to upgrade my car. Yes, this car has some sentimental values, but I'm also looking to transfer the ownership to someone that I know. And hearing that your child is going for further studies after this, so I'm interested in getting to know how much you're willing to pay for my car.
Oh, I see. So, to buy this new car you just mentioned now, how much the dealer is offering you?
I'm actually looking at 6,200 with them.
So the dealer is offering you 6,200
Yes.
to trade in your car
Yes.
and buying a new one from the dealer.
Yes.
So, how can we negotiate on the price range?
Okay. Before that, can I know how much you're looking at for purchasing my car?
My budget is
Yes.
around 5,000 to 500, 8,000.
5,500 to 5,800.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Seeing that we are friends, and then I've learned from an inspirational speaker before that compassion and empathy is an important virtue in negotiating and being friends with people. So I've actually given two options, which maybe you can consider because you're my friend. I'm willing to give a first option of, for example, I'm looking at 6,500 with the dealer, and then your lowest price you said was 5,500, right?
Yes.
I'm willing to compromise. For example, giving you 5,500, but since your child's priorities for education purpose, so the focus will be on traveling perhaps from home to the institution. So perhaps I'll be willing to sell for 5,500, but with removing the sport rings and removing also the stereo speakers, so that she will be a successful student.
Oh, okay. Actually, my daughter is graduating soon and will work. Not furthering her studies. Yeah. So she needs a car. And how about this? I put the price on 5,800, and I will do all the repairs. But I still want the sports rings and the stereo system because my daughter likes sporty cars. How about that?
Perhaps we can come to a different agreement. You were looking at 5,800 just now?
Yes, doing all the repairs, but you need to not remove the stereo system or the sports rings because my daughter fancy that.
I see, but there might be a slight problem because I would be short of another 400 with the dealer. So, is it possible if we strike a deal of about 5,600? But
you just mentioned now it's lower. Now you
so,
want to
lost in translation. So it's
Say yes.
I'm giving you more and you're asking for less. So
okay, checkmate. I guess the point is remembering those numbers and figures is very important and not to be lost in translation.
So, do we have a good deal?
5,800.
5,800. Don't remove the stereo system, the sports rings, all included, and I will do all the repairs.
Deal, but not good deal. Since you're my friend.
But you're okay with that?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Nice doing business with you.
Checkmate.
Thank you.
Jadi dah jadi kopi.
Artists did very well. Both of them did exactly what all negotiators should be doing in a situation just now. So the point of contention now is the price. Okay, both of them did very well. Mr. Jonathan, of course, is a negotiator already. So the staff here did exactly what was required. They were friendly, they were engaging, they did their research. So in a sense, they should come up better. Okay? The outcome should be better. But in the dealings with Mr. Jonathan just now, you did not get the price. The price acceptable for this should be 5,500. Right?
5,200.
1,000 accepted it 5,002, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me. I'm the one yang
Okay, you
5,200.
accepted 5,002.
Yes.
All right. So you are not a good negotiator.
I got 5,005 with the sponsor and stereo, right?
Yeah.
You did 5,005. Yeah, but AP was the best of all. She managed to get 5,800. All right. So
Best strategy.
was 5,500. So you are a real negotiator. But since Mr. Hafiz,
Is it the other way around? I really
oh, you got.
Saya offer.
No, she didn't get the 5,800. You're the one who got the 5,800.
I said the 5,800.
Yes.
She offered 5,800.
Apis yang menang.
Yeah.
Hafiz yang menang, ya.
Tarik balik. Kasih balik ya,
Hafiz juga.
Apis ba?
And then in this,
but SPV,
Tapi
because they can only afford 5,005.
Tidak, Bibi.
Tidak,
Kau
dia
Bibi
tidak.
kan? Ya.
Dia rugi.
Okay,
Dia
kau
semua kena tahu.
yang rugi.
Kau yang rugi. Si balik,
So Hafiz yang menang lah.
Tapi menang semua.
And then you?
Kerusakan dia tanggung.
Negotiation.
Dia kerusakan semua dia tanggung. Ya. Dia yang untung. Sebetulnya kalau di 58 dia minta dia kasih bagus tetap.
So you got it together with the sponsoring. Okay, you also very good. Well done. So who else is the other participant just now? Okay.
I managed
Since I've given one to.
I managed to give the spot ring surgery.
Sorry, my apology to Mr. Hafiz. Alright, Hafiz, yes. Hafiz got 5,800. And then he, 5,005 together with the spot ring and the stereo. Well done. Yes. Okay. So, but your negotiation styles are in place, right? So that is how you negotiate. By showing what I noticed about your negotiation style is you did research. You said about the industry, I'm going to check. Okay, that's how you should do negotiation in future. You checked. Yes.
I have a question. How about there's a verbal negotiation had been done before the real negotiation sudah kena buat.
Yeah.
And then the other party are referring to the verbal conservation before. How?
That's the reason. Like I said, you must document everything. Even if it is just verbal, you must document.
So if it is not documented, so we
Then-
have no
then
they
you
have
can
no
still
right
change.
to claim
Yes,
anything.
yes, no need, you cannot claim. So that's why one of the aspects of negotiation, once you agree, you must document it immediately so that people cannot go backtrack. So you cannot say during the negotiation, but you said this, because it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to document your agreement. For even though it's verbal, you must document it. Simple documentation. If it is not legal to the lawyers, at the very least, write it down on a piece of paper and both parties sign.
Oh.
So that
Just
means,
sign.
means the other parties already, let's say, this is the situation. Let's say CEO already have engagement with other people, and the people are referring to the note that they are already done. So that means it's already documented lah.
Yeah, documented, but it is not legal. But you are actually telling the person that if he doesn't keep to it, he is not being honest. So you're actually saying something along the line. So once it is written, even though it's not legal, but you are already implying to him that he should be honest, he should be ethical, and that is actually the standard practice also in any industry, to be ethical.
Is that the words that we can come out, or is there any sentences that more appropriate?
Anything that is not legal, we call it gentleman's agreement.
Gentleman's agreement.
That's the word you use. But we had a gentleman's agreement. Even though the ladies were the one doing it, the official term is gentleman's agreement. But we had a gentleman's agreement, you said. So you refer to a gentleman's agreement that you have already agreed and now you're changing your mind. So, and then in business, people must practice ethics. So if they are not ethical, so in a sense you are already a winner because you are still maintaining, but the other person is already backtracking. So that is also what you can consider when you are negotiating. But like I said, during the negotiation process just now, you are using all the negotiation skills needed to conduct a negotiation. You did your research, the tone of your voice, the eye contact you had, they were all in place just now. So congratulate yourself, except that at the end of the day, it is the money method. It is the money method that is of the main consideration. And in this particular case, Mr. Hafiz got 5,800, Mr. Fauzan got 5,500, but together with the stereo and the spot some more. Anyway, after we come back from lunch, we are going to do financial negotiation and see who will do well this time. Alright, so let's break for lunch and we'll come back. So after lunch, it will all be negotiation. Okay, all be role plays because that is the main reason we are holding this course in the first place. Actual role plays. Okay, thank you. Role play is based on actual situations. It's based on actual situation. So I will give the material to you. You have a look at it, study it, be prepared for your negotiation. So which means, therefore, you need to ask questions. Okay, you need to ask questions. You can ask me. Okay, ask me questions because you want to be prepared for your negotiation. Let's say you are going to negotiate. So you have given material to read. Read the material. To be very sure that you know everything, you have to ask questions because this is a real life situation. Now, I am always using money for this negotiation because I have said, if you are able to make people part with your money, means kasih kau duit dia, kalau saya ambil duit saya, you can consider yourself as a successful negotiator. But even so, you can use the skills anyway for negotiation, right? For negotiation. Especially IDS, I was just told by Miss Laila here that you need to negotiate also based on money, right? Because you want more grant, more funding, so you can actually also negotiate. Right, but let's, before we go in again, let's revisit a few items which is important for negotiation. That is a negotiator's guide to preparation. First, again, define goals and objectives. Exactly what do I want from this negotiation? You must answer. Exactly what do I want? What do I have to get to meet my goals? What do I have to get to meet my goals? What am I willing to give up to get what I want? Okay, what am I willing to give up to get what I want? What are my time and economic requirements for this negotiation? Economic requirements mean how much are you happy financially? That is the meaning of economic requirements. How much are you going to be happy financially? Right? So that is first. Then clarify the issues. What are the issues that you see in the negotiation process? What is the supporting framework for my position? So how strong is my position with respect to these issues? How will I present it to the other party? What is it? How will you present it to the other party convincingly? What other issues are seen by the other party? How will the other party look at my presentation? How will they support their position? So what are they going to say in order to support their position, right? And what appear to be the significant differences in the way the parties view the issue? So how are we going to be different in the way we look at the issues? So that is the issues. Okay, if you're not certain about any of this, you ask me question first. Do you understand? Are you clear? Is it clear enough for you? Yes. All this? Clear? Yeah. Yang tidak clear boleh minta clarification. Alright, so you get the information. So later on, when I pass you the material, you have to. If you have question, ask. If you're not sure, ask. Yeah. Who will I be negotiating with, and what do I know about them? How do they approach negotiation? What are their ego needs? So sometimes people have ego when they negotiate, right? Where and when will the negotiation take place? What advantages or disadvantages do the alternatives have for me, for the other party? So what are the economic, political, and human implications of the issues? So what personal power do I have that can be used constructively in this negotiation? Okay. Then humanize and set the climate. How can I best establish rapport with the other party? How can I establish a win-win climate? But what will the major points of conflict? How will we get into a conflict? How will I determine what the other party needs and as compared to what they want? So then, compromise resolution of the issue. How will I attempt to resolve a conflict? How will I respond to the other party's attempt to resolve conflict? What concession am I prepared to make, under what condition? And what I do, I expect in return for my concession. So how formal must it be? What approved process will be required? How long will it take? What implementation step will be needed? So, all right. So I'm now going to give you the material. But before that, I will have a look at what you're supposed to do. This is a real life situation. But how many of you are investment consultant? Oh, Mr. Fauzan, very good, Mr. Fauzan. This is the material, yeah? You are an investment consultant. So, a current investor introduces you to a potential investor who just got his EPF, windfall of 350,000 ringgit. He agrees to meet you with a plan to invest some of his fund. Right? As a consultant, you want him to invest as much as possible to get more commission from the deed. Right? And this is actually what happens in the real world. This is not a made-up situation. This is actually what is happening in the real world. So you are allowed to levy 0%, 3% or 6.5% in sales charge. The potential investor only knows about the 6.5%. He doesn't know about the 0, the 3. He only knows about the 6.5 because that is the industry standard. He doesn't know that you can charge this, you can charge this. He only knows about this. You also have a deadline until the end of the month to achieve your sales target for an incentive trip. Also, the real world, they give you incentive trip, but you must achieve it within a certain period. If you don't achieve, you go beyond the period, even though you achieve the target after that, they are not going to give it to you anymore. So as a potential investor, he wants his money to be safe. So safe, you have to convince him that it is going to be safe. Makes a big profit and to pay you the lowest sales charge possible. So he wants to, even though he knows only this, but he will be trying to negotiate something that is lower. Right? Okay. And what I'm going to give to you is an actual fund fact sheet. So which you can now study for the next half hour to prepare yourself for negotiation. Because Mr. Jonathan Day is also a financial person.
No.
So he knows financial matters.
No, tak boleh tipu-tipu.
Tak boleh tipu-tipu dia.
Oh.
Baca saja, kalau ada soalan silakan.
Ano nampak?
Dah nampak?
Iya. Kasi yung mata kami. Saya tetap tu kami mesti. Ya, kan saya ada dua jenis sudah sekian.
Okay. For half an hour, prepare yourself for the client who is coming to see you later. Okay, we will ask you answer questions. Lowest possible fee that sales charge that they will base. Then they will ask how much am I going to make.
Is that kan macam, okay, let's say like I'm an investor, so I'm looking for you untuk saya mau invest with saya. But can I ask macam any macam high or low risk fund from my?
You can.
They will reveal that.
They will reveal. Yeah. They will tell you. But are you prepared to invest in this kind of fund? They bilang. This is already quite safe.
Medium decrease.
Yeah.
Medium saja.
Yeah, the degree of the risk.
Kalau ada risk yang tinggi sekali, in which you can lose 20%. Oh, mau kau macam tu?
This is not high enough for me. I want super high.
Running mati yo.
Aggressive.
Dia agresif,
But
berani mati.
most people they invest in income fund. Income fund which means movement in the stock market as well as payment of dividend.
Iyalah, sebab dia mau tahu dia punya kan.
Income fund meaning
Income
do we
flow.
get income monthly?
Oh, no, every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
Six
Oh,
months.
according to
That's,
this
Betul,
one.
betul.
that's
Ada
why
interim.
that's why they call it income fund.
Based on dividend.
Okay, go.
Right?
Okay.
Thank you.
So any investor.
Alamak.
Partilah.
Mr. Jhon.
Baru yang mau invest ni yang mana? Finance.
Maksudnya yang mau investnya berpengalaman dalam financial mati.
Mr. Jonathan, how are you?
Good.
Wih, nah, ada aura sudah. Ada aura sepul.
Not say with the bus, I not say.
Yeah, I have to look
Can I
at
have some
my
coffee first? Gitu.
Wih, nah. Habis lah.
Shake hand dulu, Paul.
Sakit dulu, Paul. Paul, sakit.
Not feeling well.
Lepas ni Kak Bibi.
Mr. Jonathan, you living in... Where you live? Hang on.
my headphone first.
Oh. Macam
Itu yang di belakang.
Kak Nina. Deadline.
Yes, Mr. Paul. Hey, Mr. Jonathan, how are you? Good. Where you live actually? In Penampang kereta banjir.
Yeah, so right now I'm not staying in Penampang, I'm staying somewhere safe.
Yeah, hello. My name is Paul. I'm here to help you for your recent windfall. Yeah, for your recent
Yes,
windfall.
I'm very rich right now. I want to invest.
That's great to hear. We actually for this one we have how much you willing to invest?
Okay, so probably you heard from my friend that I just recently have a windfall of 350k.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
quite
of
a lot.
course. Yeah, I'm looking at places to invest. However, I was recommended for my friend to you. So I just want to ask, is your investment platform safe?
Yes, for your information, our platform is KF Investment was established in 2004, so it's around 20 years already. Yeah, and according to the latest report from the article, the largest holding as at 30th April 2024, the money market for KF is about 11% and the rest is 5% and below. So we have
Quite a history.
Yeah,
Okay,
quite a
good, good.
yeah. Yeah.
So why should I invest here and not somewhere else? I mean, there's a lot of people looking for me, want my money, a piece of my money. Why should I invest with them? ASB, CWA. Why should I invest in your firm?
Okay, you have quite knowledge there. I can see. You have any history doing investment?
Oh yes.
Oh, I see. So if you, this is good because I can share with you the fund performance analysis as of 30th April. So here it is. Sedang membagi kertas tu lah. Can share bahkan this one. So as you can see the fund performance, if you can, we benchmark. Our benchmark is with the KCIF is CAF kan? Yeah. Our company, if you can see the company is the blue one. For the record from September 04 until April 24, our first month is 2.95 and our benchmark is 2.6. As you can see, over the 3 years and 5 years, we have accumulated about 254% of profit. Yeah, so it's quite a lot if you compare with the other companies, the investor company, invest fund.
Are you sure this is not a scam?
No, this is not a scam because this is a real data, and we cannot print and show the wrong data to you because we are under surveillance from the security Malaysia. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say I invest here. Is there a guarantee that I make money? What happens if I lose money?
Okay. If you invest with us, you will not lose your money unless you sell back your what do you call that? Fund investment. Unless you sell back your investment. So if you have passion, you wait, you will not lose any money.
I see. Okay, so may I know how much are you charging for my investments?
For our company, and as you can see, our performance is we perform very well compared to the others. We charge about 6.5%.
Okay, that's quite a lot. Is there any chance of you giving me a good rate, probably something a bit lower? Because 6% is quite a lot.
Okay, let's say you're willing to invest about 70% from 350,000. I will make it lower a bit to 4.5%, 3%, sorry.
Okay, since this is my first time doing business with you, how about I put aside maybe 100,000 first?
Okay.
Yeah, 100,000 first with the 6%.
Okay, that will do 6%, 6.5%.
Yeah. But before we proceed, I first need to ask my wife first. Is that okay with you?
Okay, if it's going to be like that, what if I give you about a week time before you consider how much you will invest with us?
Okay.
Yeah.
So 100,000, 6.5, and I'll get back to you after a week.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Jangan lari ya.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Could you please put there? The investor is sympathetic. The investor is sympathetic, the consultant is not actually convincing enough. It's just that the investor is sympathetic, and it is very likely that the investor just wanted to end the conversation and then leave and will never come back.
I'm sure.
Sure, yeah. So that is a tactic of most investors when they want to cut short the negotiation. They just want to get rid of the consultant, so they'll just say, they give you the best news. They said, okay, I'll invest 100,000 and 6.5%, and then come back to you. Then chances are they will not come back because they just want to end the negotiation. So that is something that we need to be aware of. Sometimes that is a technique of the potential investor, just to cut short the discussion. They don't want to proceed, so they promise you something, but they will not come back, right? Because probably this is the first time you're selling investment product, right?
Yeah, first time selling.
So Mr. Paul would need to know much more about the funds, because Mr. Paul is not his fault, because this is the first time he's reading this material. He was highlighting other aspects about the fund, which were not relevant to the conversation, right? But nevertheless, it was a good attempt. Mr. Paul, please give him a round of applause. But who would like to do? Who would think that they can do a better job at selling? Okay, I will just read out. Mr. Jonathan, you still come back? Oh, you? All right. So, let's see how whether or not the investor gives the same response. Okay, I invest 100,000, 6.5%, and they will never come back. different needs we have. Okay, we'll do this until we find something on this. Jonathan, Mr. Jhon.
Hello, good afternoon, Jonathan.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good, I'm good, yes.
Can I mix ka bahasa and Melayu?
Oh sure, boleh saja.
Okay, thank you for coming for today. Itu interested to buying our investment. Memang pernah dengar pasal ni investment fund berhad lah.
Belum pernah. Macam itulah saya ragu-ragu ni. Selamat je kan tuan?
Selamat Mani. Itu kita tengok ini yang paper saya bagi tu kan tuan?
Ya.
Saya panggil Sir lah. Okay, Sir Jhon. Kenapa kita interested mau buat investment lah?
Sebab saya nampak saya punya kawan dia ada investment kita kan, jadi dia ada kemasukan, jadi saya pun berminat juga lah mau ada tambah duit sikit, maklum lah 350,000 kan.
Oh ya, I think this is the right time and the right person kamu jumpa ni tau. Tanya juga lah untuk kawan kamu, ada sudah dia belajar kopi-kopi lepas dia dapat?
Belum lagi.
Okay, so, since kamu ada withdraw baru-baru ni 350,000, I think that is a lot of money. Then congrats lah, because you know how to manage your money. Maybe you want to invest some of your money lah for investment. May I know how much you want to willing to invest?
Kalau boleh macam mau semua, tapi yalah mana tahu kamu ni scammer kan. Jadi saya mau try mungkin 50,000 dulu boleh kata. Mau tengok saya dulu mana tahu kan kamu boleh lari duit saya.
Okay, boleh juga by itu, tapi I pretty sure lepas kamu dengar saya punya explanation about our investment ini lah kan, I think you will invest more lah. Okay, seperti yang kamu tahu yang ini KCIF ni, okay, kami punya investment ni, dia sebenarnya ini fund ni, that aims to provide unit holders with a stable income, and this is a potentially higher than the prevailing fixed deposit rate lah, by investing in high dividend yielding portfolio for stock and fixed income security. So Sir, sebab ini ada fund ni memang very suitable for macam kamu lah, sebab kamu mencari stable income with a potential higher than the prevailing fixed deposit rate. And secondly, for those yang prefer a medium to long term, baru saya ingat tanya berapa lama kira-kira kita mau invest?
Ini mau tengok untuk performance lah. Kalau performance tidak bagus, memang saya tidak mau lama lah.
Oh ya, yang bagus. Kalau kita tengok yang kita punya ni paper ni kan, kita tengok kita punya fund performance analysis as at 30th April 2024 ni, kita tengok yang blue punya garis-garis tu itu adalah performance KCIF lah. And the red one is benchmark lah untuk investment punya. So kalau overall kan kita tengok dari September 2004 sampai April 2024 ni kan, lebih daripada 20 tahun kan, kita tengok kita punya performance ni much better than other lah. Kita tengok ya dari senang kan kita tengok kita punya performance ni memang kalau macam first month kita invest, kita akan dapat lebih kurang pulangan 3% lah. Kalau kita tengok kita boleh invest 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years until 5 years, more than 5 years lah. So ini kan masih tunjuk 1 month sampai 5 years lah. Kalau macam the longer you invest, the more profitable lah, lebih banyak income kamu akan dapat lah. Maksudnya kalau kamu tengok untuk yang 5 years kan, kamu akan dapat pulangan lebih daripada 200% lah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually a very good punya investment lah. Kamu akan dapat banyak. Let's say kalau kamu invest 50,000 kan, mungkin kamu boleh dapat agak-agak lah after 5 years kamu akan dapat lebih kurang dalam 250,000 macam itu.
Jadi
Tapi kalau kamu invest more macam 100,000 macam tu, kamu maybe more can get 400,000, which is kamu boleh use your money longer lah. So kalau orang after pension, pension kita 60 years kan, macam tuan sekarang ni lah, kita kalau predik umur lelaki di Indonesia ni 74 tahun boleh hidup. Jadi kalau kita invest more than 5 years, ini cukup untuk kita perbelanjaan lah sampai umur 70 lebih macam tu. Okay. Lepas tu kalau kita tengok distribution history kita kan, dari 2020 hingga 2024, kita tengok kita punya distribution sen lah kan. Dari 2020 ni sampai 2024 ni kita sentiasa naik sejak, performance kita naik. Cuma ada satu saja yang kita turun sikit, 2023 yang annual tu. Dia ada naik, dia naik, tapi dia turun sikit je ke 2024. So kita ni baru interim, baru setengah tahun. Nanti kalau ujung tahun mungkin dia boleh naik pergi 4% sudah itu. Ya, lepas tu kenapa kita pilih ni CAF ni, KCIF ni? Sebab ini memang totally Malaysia punya. Totally Malaysia punya, sudah lebih daripada 20 tahun.
Boleh percayalah Malaysia punya ni.
Boleh, sebenarnya sudah lebih 20 tahun. Lepas tu kalau kamu invest, kamu tidak akan pernah, kamu punya duit tidak akan pernah hilang, tidak akan loss. Sebab mengikut kalau ikut dalam investment, kalau investment company ni sudah lebih daripada 20 tahun, dia ada garanti. Duit yang kita invest ni tidak akan hilang. Ya, itu jaminan company ni.
Jadi kalau saya 350,000 saya invest, itu tidak pernah hilang lah?
Tidak. Malah kamu akan dapat profit lagi itu. So, makin lama kamu invest macam ni tadi kan, kalau kamu invest more than 5 years, kamu akan lebih dapat tinggi lah. Dia gitu performance. Lepas tu kita ada largest holdings lagi lah. Macam ni money market kita kenal kan, kita ada ni 11.3%, kita ada Bumi Armada, kita ada EG Industries, kita ada Genting Berhad, Pentex Group Holdings. Ini big company lah. So kita tengok ni company besar-besar, big company pun sudah begitu yakin kan, ada di dalam kita punya company ni bersama-sama. Jadi ini kita boleh trusted lah, gitu.
Kalau macam begitu, saya ada yakin sikit saja lah. Jadi 50,000 boleh kan tadi kamu cakap?
Boleh.
50,000.
Ya serendah 1,000 pun boleh, tapi
1,000 lah saya dapat. Tapi saya mau tengok mana tahu kalau lagi duit saya.
Kalau dia begini, kalau kamu invest banyak, kamu punya profit pun lebih banyak lah. Kalau kamu invest sedikit, kamu akan dapat sedikit. Kamu tidak akan dapat tampak untungannya.
Macam gini ya, saya letak dulu 1,000 untuk bulan pertama dulu. Mau tengok kalau ada kenaikan. Kalau memang ada kenaikan, baru saya akan invest mungkin 50,000. Lepas tu saya akan letak banyak lagi duit lah selepas tu. Bolehkah begitu?
Memang boleh. Sebenarnya sini tidak juga dia alang kita berapa yang kita mau invest. Tapi kalau saya sebagai consultant for any investment, saya galakkan kamu melabur lebih daripada 50,000. Since kamu punya duit EPF pun banyak kan, 350,000. So duit ni kalau kamu tidak invest, kalau kamu pegang saja begitu, dia cepat habis pak. At least kalau kami yang pegang ni, company kami pegang ni, ada garanti kan selepas 20 tahun company ni duit kamu tidak akan pernah hilang, kamu tidak akan rugi punya. 50,000 dalam 1 bulan, kalau kau tidak mau, company juga withdraw. Begitu.
Jadi 50,000 lah dulu.
Ya 50,000. Tapi kami ada dia punya fee lah, begitulah. Kamu setuju juga lah kan? Management fee. 6.5. Satu kali saja. Tapi kamu tidak akan rugi punya. So, dalam 1 month, pretty sure 50,000 tu kamu akan dapat 3% bunga dia. Okay. Kamu tidak akan rugi punya.
Confirm tidak rugi.
Confirm. Kamu tengok company punya performance di sini.
Tapi kasih lah 3% habis pak. Macam ini performing very well, tidak perlu juga betul 6% tambah banyak 3%.
Nah itulah sebab kenapa kami minta darah tinggi sikit kan, sebab kami punya company ini kan kerja keras bang, kerja keras untuk make sure yang kami punya pelabur ini tidak rugi, dan setiap month ni every year annually kami akan make sure kita punya return ni memang tinggi. Maksud ini adalah kira macam bagi token lah kepada ini investor, bukan investor, kepada konsultan lah yang bekerja keras untuk make sure kamu investor tidak akan rugi, dapat pulangan yang tinggi. Begitu. So, that's why kalau kamu tengok, kalau kamu pergi invest di tempat lain pun kan, kamu tidak akan dapat macam kami punya ni return lah. Kamu tidak akan rugi punya tu. Kalau kamu 50,000 with the interest ni 6 satu kali saja dalam sekali investment, tidak rugi ya.
Macam bagus juga, tapi saya mau fikir-fikir dulu, saya mau tanya saya punya bini dulu, boleh betul kan?
Saya rasa apa kan tanya bini kamu lah, saya rasa kamu boleh buat juga keputusan tu, sebab ini memang meyakinkan lah. Sebab kalau kamu invest di mana-mana pun, kalau kamu based on kita punya finding lah kan, sekarang kalau Malaysia punya investment ni memang sangat menggalakkan lah. Okay, ini based on kami punya finding lah, the average volume trade show a slight increase of 0.09% to ringgit Malaysia, 3 ringgit 0.8 billion compared to the previous month. Crude ni ditambah oleh keyakinan kita punya ekonomi sektor lah, macam crude oil pun dia increase lah. Kalau macam di regional market punya kan dia ada turun lah begitu. So memang lebih baik kita invest di dalam Malaysia lah begitu. Ya, saya rasa kalau kamu punya wife pun memang setuju nih, kalau dia nampak ini pulangan besar, dia memang akan setuju lah. Saya rasa memang safe lah untuk kamu berlapor.
Oke, wah mana borang?
Nanti saya bagi kamu ini saya bagi kamu punya borang ini. Nanti saya kamu isi ini maklumat pribadi berapa kamu mau invest lah. Oke.
Sertifikat das dulu. Oke. Alright.
Oke, thank you.
Terima kasih. Thank you.
Alright. Ikut pengalaman, dapat dia minta das jadi balik. Pengalaman itu betul tuh, pengalaman. And then cara Miss Laila buat sales tadi kan macam jual Tupperware. bukan jual investment product. So halfway through this negotiation, the investors already had a change of mind about listening to the rest of the negotiation, because remember when we were talking about negotiation, you cannot talk all the time. You have to give the investor some time to talk. And Ms. Laila went on and on and on. So halfway through, the investors were already and decided he didn't want to invest. So you can tell from his face that he didn't want to invest. So that's why he was playing around with the conversation by saying at first 50,000, then 1,000, then he said I'm going to the toilet. So that is something that you, Ms. Laila, will have to look into. Make the conversation short but very informative. Second, keep to the status of the product, because if you continue to talk like how you did, you might give people the impression that you are selling Tupperware. So that is something that we might also want to look into. And then in sales, you can tell people that you will not lose money, but you cannot guarantee, because there's nothing in the document that says there is guarantee. So that is also, if Mr. Jonathan is an investor, he would have already realized that, and then he would have said to himself, you are not being sincere in your sales. So that's what he was thinking, right? Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Laila. All right, anybody else? Siapa lagi mau coba? All right. Right, Mr. Jonathan.
Go next.
So you must also read his body language. Also he's quiet. You must read his body language because halfway through he's not interested in your in those things anymore.
Oh, sama-sama ya.
Oke, saya difahamkan hari ini kita berjumpa sebab saudara saya berminat untuk melabur di company lah.
Ya, kira begitu Lenta.
Jadi sebelum kita mulai, boleh saya dapatkan sedikit latar belakang Mr. Jonathan?
Oh iya, apa yang kamu mau tahu Tuan?
Kenapa kita mau melabur di company dan berapa itu?
Oke.
Sedikit lah.
Ya,
seperti bercerita gitu.
Seperti yang sudah kamu tahu dari kawan saya ada 350.000 jadi kenapa saya mau melabur nih? Ya seperti yalah seperti ramai orang kita mau kasih tambah kita punya duit bahkan seperti 350.000 nih kalau kita simpan saya di bank mungkin dia begitu saya duit. Jadi saya kalau boleh dalam beberapa tahun ini saya mau dia ada dari 350.000 mungkin jadi 1 juta dalam 5 tahun begitu supaya ada lagi saya kasih buat bersama saya punya family nanti bila saya sudah tiada.
So jangkaan pelaburan itu kira-kira berapa tahun?
Itu bergantung. Habis saya mau tengok dulu kalau performance bagus, saya mungkin akan melabur lebih lama lah. Ya.
Jadi melalui rekan-rekan sudah tahu plan yang kita berikan. So sekarang sedikit sudah tahu apa yang kami jual dan saya sudah tahu pelaburan yang kami tawarkan itu adalah sebenarnya bernilai sebanyak 400 juta Malaysia. Okay. Jadi pelaburan yang kami tawarkan ini menjanjikan pelanggan yang memang sangat lumayan dan kepada customer kami lah. Jadi kalau saya beritahu apa yang saya mau tahu lah daripada pelaburan kami.
Oke, jadi saya mau tahu kalau pelaburan ini selamat kan? Tidak akan hilang duit saya kalau saya invest di sini.
Sebagai seorang konsultan, saya tidak boleh cakap itu selamat lah. Setiap investment memang ada risiko dan sendiri. Jadi sebagai company, kami menjaga sebaik mungkin kami punya customer punya keuangan dan juga dia punya welfare lah. Jadi itu adalah yang bertanggung jawab. Sebab kamu memberi kepercayaan kepada kami untuk kami invest. So seperti yang kita tahu, kita lihat kepada senario ekonomi semasa dunia. Tahun 2024 ini kalau kita lihat ada senario besar, kalau kita tengok di Amerika kan ada beberapa company di stock market jatuh. Tapi kalau kita tengok Asia, China dan Jepun itu bagus. Kita tengok Malaysia mungkin inflasi dia ada turun naik sedikit, tapi kita masih boleh cope lagi dengan pasaran Amerika Syarikat. So apa yang di company kami boleh janjikan dengan Tuan, kami boleh sediakan platform investment yang berupaya memberi peluang keuntungan yang baik pada investment itu. Yang
keuntungan banyak lah.
Ya.
Oke, kenapa saya perlu apa sebab saya perlu invest di tempat kamu? Kenapa bukan di SB kah, di CWA ataupun di Afin Huang? Apa perbezaan kamu lebih bagus dari dorang kah?
Kalau mengikut rekod kita memang terbaik lah antara tersebut. Kalau kita melihat tadi seperti yang saya dapat dengan Tuan tuh, kalau kita tengok rekod, kalau kita tengok rekod yang merah tuh, kalau kita tengok dia punya benchmark adalah 84%, itu adalah benchmark untuk penanganan syarikat lah dan juga kalau Tuan untuk melabur sendiri secara sendirilah. Tapi di syarikat kami kita memberi peluangan sehingga 255%. Hasil daripada pelaburan tersebut lah. Jadi perbezaan gap itu memang sudah ada dan menunjukkan betapa kami berusaha untuk memastikan keperluan pelabur kami itu terjaga.
Oke.
Jadi kalau tuan tengok kita punya KCIF itu kalau dibandingkan dengan benchmark itu, KCIF ini dia memberi peluang kalau tuan invest selama sebulan kami memberi peluangan sebanyak 2,95%.
Boleh invest sebulan.
Benchmark 2,6%. Tapi semakin lama Encee melabur, seperti benchmark itu dia akan jadi negatif. Tetapi di syarikat kami menawarkan pulangan hingga 254,25%. Maksudnya berganda. Contohnya kalau tuan melabur dalam 350.000, dia akan bertambah kepada 5 juta. Seperti kata ketara. Kan kalau dalam sebulan tuh tuan masukkan 50.000 adalah dalam 20.000 pulangan balik. Di 2,5% setelah. Nah, jadi dari 50.000 tuh bertambah pada 70.000 dalam sebulan. Nah, ada apa perlu lagi yang perlu tahu?
Oke. Jadi ini saya melapor berapa saya bandingkan?
Dia memang berapa, tapi disarankan kami untuk mendapatkan pulangan yang terbaik. Kami syaratkan kepada pelanggan kami untuk melapor 50.000 ke atas untuk menjamin pulangan yang sangat-sangat lumayan. Sebab kita melihat kita punya pelanggan ini datang ke kami untuk mencari peluang simpanan keuangan jangka panjang. Sebab macam tuan kan sudah bersara, memang duit itu kita sekarang ini maka duit tidak sedar habis kan. Jadi bila melapor ke kami dengan jangka masa yang lama, ataupun dengan jumlah yang kami sebutkan 50.000 itu, kita boleh dapat kesan keuntungan itu. Jadi over the month tidak terasa lah yang duit investment itu masih ada, tapi duit akan masukkan juga gitu.
Oke. Kalau begitu mungkin saya rasa saya mau melapor mungkin dalam 50.000 saja dulu. Mau tinggal saya dulu kan. Mungkin dalam 3 bulan begitulah. Ini bahkan
ya di dalam saat kami memang kita sudah taruh 1 bulan 3 bulan kan. Of course kita ada pulangan dalam 3 bulan itu ada pulangan 9.3% lah. Tetapi saya syorkan habis lebih setahun lah. Bukan apa? Sebab kami juga ada distribution history. Nah, distribution history itu sebenarnya adalah dividen pulangan setiap 6 bulan daripada pembelian pelaburan yang kita berikan. Contohnya bagi tahun 2020 pulangan pelaburan setiap 6 bulan kami bagi kepada pelabur dan 1%. Tetapi sehingga tahun 2024 pulangan dividen selama 6 bulan itu kami berikan 3% daripada pelaburan Emcee. So kalau kita invest lama, kita tidak akan sedar sebab kita dapat profit dan kita juga dapat duit pulangan balik.
Oke.
Dari itu, bayangkan kalau tuan sudah invest 50.000, so out of the 50,000 dapat dia pulangan 3% balik kepada tuan.
Oke.
So saya sedangkan ambil masa tempoh jangka masa lama supaya kita melihat dia punya profit lah.
Oke. Ya mungkin saya tinggal dulu lah 3 bulan dulu, kalau ada macam bagus baru saya akan teruskan untuk tempoh yang lebih lama dari itulah.
Boleh, kita boleh urusan dengan tempoh masa itu, tapi saya boleh masih bagi masa itu untuk berpikir lah, untuk ambil jangka masa lama gitu kan. Tapi saya perlu maklumkan dengan tuan, sebab di laporan kami ini kita juga ada letakkan levy sebanyak 6.500 untuk kita punya pelabur. Sebab itu adalah untuk menampung kos pelaburan awal. Tapi itu cuma dikenakan sekali saja semasa pelaburan. Dan untuk tempo tersebut, dalam bulan tersebut, kami akan juga mengantar beberapa dokumentasi mengenai prestasi pelaburan tuan. So along the way dalam 3 bulan itu tuan juga boleh menambah pelaburan secara sedikit-sedikit lah. Cuma itu cuma dikenakan sekali saja lah.
Oke. Tapi boleh kasih habis 600 itu macam banyak pula, boleh kasih kurang sedikit doang.
Mengikut kami punya syarikat mana 600 lah. Tapi saya melihat kepada polisi syarikat, mungkin saya boleh bagi 600 lah, 60%, sebab pengurangan 500 itu sebenarnya adalah untuk menampung pos pelaporan nih. Jadi serendah 600 itu saya dapat tahu kami dengan saya lah.
Oke. Bagus juga. Tapi saya mau tanya sebenarnya bini dulu, boleh berdoa?
Memang sebab saya paham keperluan tuan untuk berinvest adalah untuk menampung keluarga yang akan datang kan. Sebab itulah di syarikat ini kami menawarkan peningkatan untuk menjaga kepentingan pelabur kami. Jadi apa-apa dengan kami punya pelabur kita mesti jaga, kami mesti berhati untuk memastikan tahap keuangan pelabur kami itu terjaga dan juga memberikan keuntungan yang terbaik kepada punya pelabur lah. So memang itu yang kami harapkan di berada di syarikat lah. Kalau mau bertanya dengan bini pun boleh, tapi saya rasa peluang ini dia tidak akan lama. Dia cuma ada beberapa hari lagi tempo. Jadi saya sarankan kalau tuan berpuas hati dengan tawaran kami, boleh melapor sekarang.
Ya lah, 50.000 kan, 9 bulan saja.
Tuan, terima kasih. Kita haruskan.
Oke, terima kasih.
That was a better deal because in this case, I don't think the investors were unaware. The investors really invest with Mr. Alex because Mr. Alex conducted the negotiation professionally. He didn't mention anything that was out of the point. So he was focused on the performance of the company. So, and I think the investors in this case was interested in what we have to offer. Well done. Alright, so anybody else?
Audrey belum.
Siapa lagi belum?
Audrey belum.
Alright, Miss Doktor lagi. Okay, one last time, Mr. Hong. Okay. So Doktor, it's your turn.
Kurang.
Kamu report sama dokter. Dokter yang bilang Dokter Ilik tidak mau join.
I become investor lah, Dr. Richard.
What's that?
Investor.
Oh, you're investor. Okay. Okay, you are the investor and he is the. Oh, I'm very good.
Habis lah.
So after this semua sudah kan?
Belum.
Audrey and Kak Rai belum.
I mean, but including just now, semua yang sudah.
Belum.
Oh, alright. Okay.
Kami 3 orang kah, Dr. Richard?
Siapa 3 orang lagi?
Saya dengan Audrey dengan kami sekali.
Dorang adik-beradik.
3.
Masing-masing boleh. Boleh.
Then if you want to do that, then you have to be investment consultant. Ya betul. Because
Oh, kami 3 orang jadi consultant.
No.
One of you jadi consultant.
No. Because we are testing the consultant, not the investor.
I'm not there to become his.
By the way, you just go ahead first.
Siapa?
You're the investor.
investor.
Then he's the consultant.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see your negotiation start.
I am.
Okay, hello, Dr. Eileen.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Sudah makan?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah, so the reason you are here, I heard because, I got your number from your friend also. You have a mutual friend, so I believe you've heard good things about this investment, yeah?
May I get your name first?
Yeah, my name is Jhon.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Jhon, this is my first time to come here. So,
Perlukan Puan punya IC, saya akan isi detail, Puan bagi sign dan juga janin.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, round of applause.
Dia
Do you know why Miss Audrey doesn't mind kept on changing? Like first 100,000, 200,000, 100,000, because she did not hear what she really wanted to hear from Puan Shamini. Puan Shamini went and talked about information that is actually not relevant to the conversation. Yeah, so you are saying too many things. That was the reason Puan Audrey, Miss Audrey, got confused.
Yeah.
That's why she said, I will go back, think about it for 2 or 3 months. That was the reason, because your presentation made her, in that situation, made her want to think about it more, because she did not get enough information from you. You went and talked about other things that were not relevant to the negotiation. But anyway, well done. But I think the best negotiator is still Alex. Yes.
dapat coklat.
Alright. Alex is the best investment consultant. Well done. He was very much to the point. He was very focused. He did not say anything irrelevant to the negotiation. So you did the right thing. Actually, our investor, Dr. Ilik, although she asked the right question, but at the end of the day, she did not get anything because most of it was actually gained by the investor. Yeah, most of that was paid by the investor. So in the future, keep to the point, do not stray, just keep to the point and say what is important, not anything that is not important, like what Mr. Alex has had done just now. Well done again. Give yourself a round of applause. Alright, we have come to the end of our session. Do you have any question before I do the closing? No, nothing? Okay, if you have nothing, let me just remind everybody about a few things about negotiation. Yeah? Okay, we go quickly to the step. Whenever you go into negotiation, get to know the other party. Make sure you keep your interaction friendly, relaxed, and business-like. I hope you remember what you need to do. Then you share goals and objectives with the other party. Learn their goals and objectives also. And then expect cooperation and trust. Right? You are in there because you want to cooperate. You want to trust the people that you are dealing with. Finally, you start the process. You raise a specific issue. Some of you just now did not raise specific issue. I didn't hear 3%. I didn't hear 6%. I didn't hear, I heard 100,000, 100,000, but you were not very specific. Let's study all issues before negotiation begin. Okay, some of you, yes, you did, but you put in a lot of information that was not needed for the negotiation. And some of you put in so much that you created confusion in your investor, right? Not so much that you were able to educate them, but they got confused. That's why they were not committed to your investments. Right? Very good. You said, why don't you sign the agreement now? The investor said, no, I want to go to the toilet. Right? Ensure no misunderstanding later by placing agreement in writing. Share with the other side. Mutual agreement is the ultimate objective. So most of you ended with the ultimate agreement, except that very likely some of the investors will not be coming back. They will not be coming back because they did not have they didn't get the information, all the information that they need, and they are not very sure about the sales presentation. They're not sure about the expertise of the investment consultant. Right? I will send you this material, and then you can relook at it, use it for your own negotiation. They are very helpful. Yes. Just before you go to your negotiation, you go and please review this material, and they will definitely help you. Remember that this material is from published sources and also from the experiences of the resource person. Right? So they are all time tested. You can actually use them and then then have a better outcome to your negotiation. Right? You can rise above the negotiation in a better position. So do you have any final question? No final question? Alright, now my next question is, who has 5 cloud 9s? Alright, 5. Who has 6? Okay, who has 6? Nobody has 6. Only Miss Audrey has 5. Anything else? No, nobody else has 5. Okay. So Audrey is the only one with 5 slot 9s. Right, we will now have the certificate presentation. So Mr. Jhon.
Mereka saya buka tu nama, kasi negotiation.
Alright, our first